Well, hello, this is Beate Gillette. I am the growth architect and I focus on growing, building, and scaling businesses. Thank you so much for coming here today. And I have a few things I would like to share with you, if that's okay. So, I am a self made multimillionaire. I was a single mom for a very, very long time, an immigrant from Germany, and I was able to sell my business to Bill Gates. So, I learned about businesses that there is a really specific way, I call it the 5-star success blueprint, in which businesses are set up. And sort of you have to go through all of these 5 stars to make your business successful. So what I teach and what I talk about is really for those women who have recognized that they want to run a real business, not like a business that, they online marketing freedom business or the 4-hour work week. I don't really believe in that. I believe that if you want to be successful in a business and you want to, set up a business that has to go to a certain level, you kind of need employees, you need a place to do business out of, you need to step up as a leader, and you certainly want to, get to that level where you can play, which I call the big boys. And that was always my thing. I wanted to be playing with the big boys. I didn't want to be over there in the corner. And I found that as a woman in business, that we don't always get taken seriously, and that we have to figure out sort of our way, the woman's version of things, which I call the women's code, on how to get to that next level, on how to really be taken seriously. So everything stands and falls with one thing, which is how to find the right client, the right customer, how to identify who your airtight avatar is, how to find out what really good clients are. Because at the end of the day, you don't really do business with a business, you do business with a person. And if you understand, and when you understand that person and what you need to do to make this person's job easier, then sales, the dreaded sales, is so much easier. And some of my clients have shared with me, and perhaps this rings true for you, that there is this fear of selling, that it almost is like when you tell somebody about what you do, that you're stumbling along and it doesn't sound right. It sounds like you're desperate. It sounds sleazy. You feel that it takes you too long to communicate what you do. It's very clear in your head, but it's just that the words don't come out clear enough. That's kind of my specialty, is designing the verbiage and designing all of that. And I do have a program that we're not going to be talking about on this go around, but I will share this with you when you opt in and take the training afterwards, sort of what this next step is. But I want to start really with the basics to alleviate that pain of understanding the person that you are connecting with. Because when you do know who you are, when I know what your pain points are, then for me talking to you is relatively easy, because I can connect with you on the same level, because I'm not feeling like I'm trying to figure out where you stand. I'm not, I have my questions ready to ask you sort of the kind of right questions on finding out what it is that you need. And then we'll turn that into the solution, and a solution-driven business. When you offer a solution that other people want to help alleviate their pain, then as you very well know, it is a good fit. So a couple of things that I want to also add. So this is not for everybody. So the way I do business, or the way I teach and I train, and you remember, I'm a multimillionaire. I do businesses on a certain level. If you only want $60,000 a year or $50,000 a year, if you just want to pay your bills, this is not for you. It's going to be too work intensive. It is going to be maybe just not right for you. So there's others, and there's great trainers out there when you're sort of just at that very first starting point. This is for those of you who already have a business and you really want to take it to that next level. You want to scale it. You want to potentially set it up for sale. You might want to look at global expansion. You might want to expand it in different territories. After I sold my business, the Bill Gates company did hire me, and I ran a division that had offices in 12 different countries. And in my own business, I ran a licensing business that licensed in 79 countries. So I do know a thing or two. So that's really kind of what we're talking about here in my kind of training as the growth architect, is what are the steps that get you to that next level, that make you be taken very seriously. And the second thing I want to remark is that when you do business as a woman in a male-dominated industry, and frankly, most industries are male dominated. So if you want to get to that level to be taken seriously, you have to remain a woman. I call this the woman's code, or the woman's version, the woman's way, but we call it the women's code, which is what I designed it for. Is that includes sort of all these tips and tricks that will help you to identify how you need to talk about doing business on a large scale or doing business on a different level as a woman. And I believe in being feminine. I believe in being a tough negotiator. I believe in, ground rules, ethics, morals. I believe that we need to be good people. I believe that we need to remain women, and it's all possible, and I'm proof that it can be done. So what are we going to do in this training that I'm offering here? It is called How to Find Really Good Clients, or How to Identify Your Perfect Customer Avatar. Again, it starts with figuring out who that person is, what that person, thinks about, where they are, what they do. And the deeper you can dive into that, the clearer is your language and the easier it is for you to communicate. So do this now. There will be an offer later on. I told you about, there's 5 steps to my system. I'm going to explain those 5 steps so you know how to build the business in these 5 steps in my 5-star blueprint. And then we go from there. But right now, I want you to register and take the training right now. Thank you.